Hello again, welcome back to my channel. I tend to do one of these videos every week. For those who haven't watched any of my videos before, I started doing this about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago, to practice speaking in front of a camera. The idea being, I don't really like cameras, or historically haven't liked cameras, but I know the world is moving towards more video, more presenting yourself on screen. So I thought I'd use this as an exercise to kind of chart some of my personal development journey and just basically put in the reps, get the practice in, because at the end of the day, this is all about putting in practice. Anything that you don't like, you just got to kind of try it. And hopefully over time I've got better at this, and this is really about me just having a video recording, video journal to look back on, unedited. Just let me express some thoughts on life as a middle-aged, mid-life person trying to build up side hustles, trying to evolve on personal development, etc., etc. Okay, so over the last week, I guess I talked last week about New Year's resolutions. And yeah, we all know that the idea, the concept is great. The application tends to be pretty awful. For me, I've set myself a few, and I'm trying to be proactive in terms of putting the framework in place so that I'm likely to at least try to stick to the goals. The one thing I kind of noticed the other week, no, I'll take a step back. So a few years ago, quite a few years ago, I used to like playing phones on my game. Phones on my game? Okay, try that again. Games on my phone. Games on my phone. And one of them was specifically football, or soccer, as some of you would call it. So FIFA game on your phone. I don't even think it's sponsored by FIFA anymore, but you know what I mean. It's a game you play on your phone. And I used to spend probably hours, without actually realizing it, hours per day. Each game would last between 10 and 15 minutes. I'd spend time playing 6 games maybe. It all adds up. And I didn't really think about it. And I realized I was playing it too much, so I took it off my phone, ignored it. A few weeks ago, I thought, you know what? I kind of like those games, that game in particular, because I was thinking about doing things that I like this year, do things that, you know, I enjoy, rather than doing things for other people. So I loaded it back onto my phone. And, you know, in the last couple of weeks, I would take my phone out and be on this game quite consistently for over a few days. And this last week, I was at home. Betflix was on in the background. My wife was watching it, and I got my phone out and I was doing that with my thumbs. And my wife said, "Oh, what are you doing?" I said, "Oh, I'm just playing a game of FIFA." And she said, "So you're back on that again?" And it kind of made me wake up. I thought, wow, I'd forgotten that the last time I was playing this game, I told my wife, and we're talking a conversation I'd had with her 6, 7, 8 years ago. I don't know how many years ago. I told her that it was becoming a bit of an addiction. Now, maybe I was being a bit extreme in terms of addiction, but I was playing it more than I feel was healthy. I was using it as an excuse in many ways. You know, rather than kind of go to bed, I'd play 1 or 2 games, and collectively, that stuff adds up. And when I was talking to my wife when she made that comment, I said, "Oh no, I've just put it on a day or two ago. I'm just going to play a game or here or there. And she nodded in a kind of whatever, rolled her eyes, moved on. And I thought, who am I fooling? Who am I actually fooling? I started to, because that time I pulled my phone out was probably the second or third time that day. I'd probably played 2 or 3 games already that day. And I immediately, as soon as I'd had that conversation, I thought, no, this isn't going to work. So I, removed the phone from my game. Get the words right. I removed the game from my phone. And that's it. This is really about, I've said in the past, and I keep thinking this in the past, it's putting in the reps. It's doing, what do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Not just what do you want to do in life. Who do you want to be? Do I want to be the guy who's always playing on my phone these games? That's fine. If some people want to be that. If I want to talk about personal development and side hustles, playing on these games aren't going to get me any closer to it. And, I've said in the past this quote, you are what you repeatedly do. Excellence is not an act, but a habit. And I realised my habit was going to be playing this game. So I immediately removed it and just realised, you know what? If I genuinely want to develop myself as a person, if I want to build side hustles, if I want to impart information to other people, things like that, while on the surface can be certainly harmless, things like that, in my case, need to be removed. So I took that off. I also I've also had a poker game on there on my phone. I don't play it often, but I thought, no, take the poker game off. I've kept chess because I tell myself it's strategic, and I'm not very good at chess, and so I don't play it anyway, but I want to be good at it, so I've left that on there. But again, this is all about focus and intention, and I know that my focus has to be on areas that I think are value added. Playing a very nice game very often on a daily basis, an hour out of my time is not going to be adding value. That hour can be used in so many different things. And I have a spreadsheet. I've just started using a spreadsheet recently to try and record things that I do on a daily basis. So I'm putting in place certain habits. So for example, doing some breath work, doing some meditation, doing some stretching, trying to do one thing that is progressive, if that's the right word, before 9:30 in the morning, whether it's at work or at home. What else is on my list? There's probably about 10 different things, and I have that on my phone. So every time I do something towards that goal or that element for the day, I put a cross or I put a comment in the Google Docs. And again, this is about trying to put in good habits that are progressive, that by the time we get to 31st of December, I will be able to look back and go, yes, that was progressive, that was good, or I have evolved. So something I need to kind of stay focused on is ensuring that the good habits are applied and the bad habits are at least put to the side. And that brings me back to I just thought about it, the idea of designing your environment. So this is one of those ideas that James Clear has propagated. I don't know whether it was his original idea anyway, probably wasn't. But it's the idea of making it easy to make good decisions and hard to make bad decisions. So going back to that game on my phone, had the game still been on my phone, every time I turned on my phone, I would have to make a choice. Yes, no. And a lot of the time, it'd be a no. But once in a while, it'd be a yes. And that yes could turn into 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes, whatever. When it's not on your phone, you don't have that choice, or at the very least, it would be harder to make that choice. I'd have to download the game, and that obviously involves some form of friction. So I'm trying to make sure that I make it easier for myself to make good decisions and harder to make bad decisions. On that front, I know that I need to work more on my exercise regime. So as I said, I've been doing more in the way of stretching because I've messed up my leg a bit. But I think in order to go back to the gym to properly work out, as it were, I must make sure my flexibility and my stretching is improved. So once I feel more flexible, then I know I can go to the next stage. So yeah, I guess these are just a few observations of this last week. Again, this is a progressive approach to personal development, not some big, hairy, audacious goal. Bam, you've nailed it. You're inspired. No, I like doing lots of nice little things on a daily basis, and yeah, there'll be days it doesn't work out. Forgive myself. Give yourself a bit of grace. The days that you do the right thing, you do succeed, pat on the shoulder, great, on to the next one. So yeah, this has been a odd little week. Nothing spectacular has happened except for a game on my phone. That's been my story. So I've quit a game on my phone. Again, it's about quitting the bad stuff, adding the good stuff, and that's really what I'm going to try and progress over this year. This YouTube exercise is, who knows where it'll go. I mean, I don't expect to be monetized in any time soon. That's okay. This is about a personal journey. If you want to obviously join this journey, feel free to like and subscribe, but also feel free to try this yourself. Do your own journal on YouTube. Make yourself vulnerable. Someone will look at it. Someone may comment. Someone may like or dislike. That's okay. This is about putting yourself out there. So that's all I've got to say really this week. So all the best. Like, subscribe, follow, and see how my journey continues, because I have a few things coming up in the next few weeks which will, I think, test me, but I think will be good for my personal development journey. Okay, bye for now.